Well, so I guess we decided to bomb Iran over the weekend, and things have been crazy over the past couple days. So I've been kind of keeping up with what's been going on, but for the most part, it just seems like, we're getting ourselves involved in the Middle East, and it seems to be having an effect, obviously, in terms of stock market, commodities, things of that nature, right? Oil's going crazy once again, gold spiking as well. Though it seems today, at least compared to the weekend, we managed to recover from a pretty big drop, right? So what does that tell me? That tells me potentially investors might be, shrugging off a lot of what's been happening, essentially maybe because they assume that, Iran might eventually come back to the negotiating table. Maybe this altercation won't last as long as feared. It's just really hard to know, right? But what I am keeping an eye on, essentially, though, is just to see exactly how the situation continues to unfold, and if it actually does, end decisively, or if it actually drags out, right? Because now there's, a lot of altercations happening around the Strait of Hormuz. I can never pronounce that word properly, but essentially it's where, a lot of oil goes through. And of course, Iran, borders that strait. And so that is creating a lot of chaos there as well. But yeah, in spite of that, it just seems that the market's managing to shrug a lot of that stuff off. So do they know something we don't? I guess we'll see. But in terms of my investments, I don't really plan on changing much. I have some exposure to gold, which seems to be doing well today. My other stocks and so on are fairly muted, so I'm not seeing much action there, which again is understandable given everything else that's going on. There's just a lot of uncertainty right now, so just not seeing a lot of progress there. My plan, though, is to pretty much be on a holding pattern right now, unless some incredible opportunity comes up. I just don't really see any additional actions worth taking. Maybe if I was in like a different position, there's plays like Lockheed Martin and stuff like that seem to be doing very well. But in my ETF, I already have exposure to a lot of those companies anyway, so it is what it is, right? But yeah, so that's what I'm keeping an eye on. What's happening in the Middle East. Hopefully things manage to resolve peacefully and not escalate. And then, of course, if things do manage to escalate, right, then it's always worth keeping an eye on your portfolio and just seeing, where those opportunities may be, right? So, yeah, that's all my thoughts for today. A quick and simple one. And, let's see what the rest of this week has in store for us. All right, peace.